Previously on Lossano and Friends.
My name is Ron Majors, ABC7 in Chicago.
I'm Paige Weiser. I'm a writer, philosopher, and I've been doing the mom thing also.
There are, so far as I am aware, only two things that are absolutely true about this business. Mm-hmm. One is that you will someday be fired, and the other is it won't be for the right reason. Now, if your psyche can't deal with that, do not come into this business.
Yeah.
They didn't tell me that in grad school.
No, they didn't, did they? No.
And Ron, what was your take on did you see the HBO show The Newsroom at all?
I liked it very much.
Did you?
I did like it very much. My problem with it is that the producer-writer is... He's so quick. Sorkin is so quick with his words that nobody can talk like that. Aaron Sorkin writes that kind of dialogue. It's so smart and it's so quick. Nobody can talk like that. But I do rewind it and go, okay, what was that sentence? How'd that work?
And they're walking also.
Yeah. What I liked about it was, as all fiction does, it overblows things, but it did touch on the important issues of broadcasting and network news in an interesting way. So I was fascinated.
Is there any part of it that's still like that, or?
Well, there is to the extent that the issues aren't the same, but we have issues in the newsroom every day, every week that are legal issues. Can we do that story? How do we do that story? How do we get it on the air? All the stuff that Gowdy does, the investigative people do, ends up getting lawyered. There's an issue of fairness. There are interesting little things along the way. Part of what keeps me interested in being in the newsroom is, and you know what that's like in a newsroom, Paige. I kind of love those moments when you're trying to figure out what's the right way to do this, what's the right way to say it, what leaves the right impression, what's our responsibility, who are we responsible to,
and
that stuff.
It's getting yelled across the newsroom. So.
And it's good that's in the newsroom, but like some cable channels do it on the air. They just spout out in before,
Well, there are, and let's be clear about this, there are cable channels that people think of it as cable news. It's often not.
Right.
It's often a series of talking points that have been determined earlier in the day, and anybody who's ever been asked to be a guest on one of those shows will tell you. They'll tell you why they're talking to you and what viewpoint they think you have and kind of what they want you to say if you want to be on their program.
Right. Kind of like what I did to you before you came here.
Yeah. I really do have genuine concern for our society. And I know that sounds high-minded and maybe even pretentious, but I believe it's a real issue that we pay no attention to.
But it's an economic issue, and it's something that the newsroom also covered, saying that if they made it where there was no commercial content in news, we wouldn't have this issue. But because we do, it's all commercially driven.
I would love to see, it'll never happen, but I've argued this for years, I would love to see the FCC say, all right, you want to use our airways and you want a television license.
Yeah.
We'll give you the license. You do all the entertainment programming you want to do.
Yeah.
But you have to do a minimum of 2 hours of news a day, and you have to spend 15% or 20% or 30% of your total revenue on news without commercials. I think then you'd see something fascinating happening.
Get more Lossano and Friends now on Lossano.com.